What's happening?
Yo, it's your boy Steven the Dream. We are live. This is the third interview series. I had to jump in here for the interview, man, because we got a very special guest in the building, man. You gotta jump on this dude sometime. You know he might come and attack you if you don't get him. That's how he kills the mic real quick, real
Sure.
like killing the beats, doing his thing. But as we always say to begin, welcome to the experience. This is the third interview series. I'm your host Steven the Dream. We are live at the Power 104.4 FM studios. And as I said, I wanted to end the year, man. I asked the people, I said, yo, I got one more spot for the end of the year, man. I need to figure out who I need to bring up here and talk that talk with. I need to figure out who the people wanted to hear from to end the year. And overwhelmingly, the people responded with this man beside me, Wayne Ross, back in the building. This, that, and the third interview. Second time.
For sure.
On the comeback, on the back end this time.
Yeah.
Wayne looking like he a little more rich now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Beard done got a little longer now.
Yeah, a little bit of shit done changed, man.
How you been though?
I've been good, man. Just working hard now. I'm trying to be consistent with this music and shit.
That's good, bro. That's good. I know it can be tough. When you to put it out there, bro, you got a whole TV show in your hands, really. I know you got a whole situation with the kids and everything.
Yeah.
You might be the next Expeditiously T.I. on the way.
Yeah.
But handling and balancing both, man. I know you do your thing. You dropped the project this year, which went crazy. The Wayne's World Volume 1.
Hell yeah. Motherfucker love that shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They ain't expect me to come like that. They thought I was playing.
I ain't gonna lie, Wayne. Not like that. I was one of them. Motherfuckers, that's me. I'm one of them. Yeah, I ain't think you was gonna come like that, bro. From the first joint on it, Blade. Just you can't correct.
Yeah,
The first line you can't correct, matter of fact. What?
I had to open it up with that. Like, when I made that song, I already knew, that's it. Because I was talking that shit on that.
That's what it was.
Hell yeah.
For those that don't know Wayne, let the people know, if they tuned into the last interview, they would know you from The Rock.
Yeah.
Let them know just a little bit about your background, how long you've been doing this. We won't take too much of that time since they can go back and check that interview for this. This is what's going on right now. But let the people know.
Yeah, I've been doing this shit since I've been like professionally since 2015, but just rapping and bullshitting like since I've been a kid. Like I used to get suspended off the bus for freestyling and bus driving and shit.
You was one of them kids. Would you cranking though? Would you like getting on people when you was on your?
I was on her ass. Like she tried to play me every day, and one day I was just like, you know what? All right, she done moved me to the front of the bus behind. I'm finna get on her ass.
Your ass today.
She had a little shortcut and shit with the curls in the back. I had to let her ass have it. Well, I don't know who she thought she was playing with.
Not Wayne Ross though.
Nah,
it was like that. So it was like that back then though. You always just stood on. You gonna do what you want to do.
Yeah, like I'm not for the jokes. Like when I learned that I was a funny motherfucker, I was like, oh, I'm on motherfucker's ass, boy. Because I used to want to be a comedian before I wanted to be a rapper, but because me and my dad used to watch a lot of stand up and shit when he was out. Like
who your favorite comedian? Who your favorite stand up comedian?
Probably Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you get it then.
Yeah.
People say you got to get Dave Chappelle to really like him.
Yeah, I've been watching his shit since I've been little. Him and like I like Donald Glover, which is Childish Gambino. Before he started, like before he quit rapping, before he quit doing comedy and started rapping, like he was funny as hell too. But you gotta like get him, like he.
I saw his Netflix special. I got it.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
Those certain comments though. I want to ask you just to go into that since you brought it up. You said you grew up watching those comments with your pops.
Yeah.
Was that something that maybe like inspired your music too? Does it translate any in terms of like watching those things and being able to take it into your music, like referencing something, or have you not tapped into that per se yet?
It's like I think now that you say that, I feel like it did kind of shape me into like the artist I am, because now when I really found my flow and shit, like if you listen to my music, I'm really cracking jokes. Like it sound like my voice sounds serious as hell, but the whole time I'm just talking shit, cracking jokes.
Right.
And what I got from the comedian shit is like like when they talk, like they mean what they say. They make sure they, you know what I'm saying, how they. Like Richard Pryor, like how he used to talk, like I love how he talk. Like he's funny as hell, but I just really like love how he talk when he on the mic. Like that nigga, he sounds sure as hell, like what he's saying. Like he not playing with you, letting you know.
That's what it is.
Like you gotta hear me type shit, yeah.
Facts, man. Coming up, watching those things. What kind of influence has been like TV to you? Because I mean, Wayne's World, of course, people would think the movie. Wayne's World, but was it that or was it something just
It
naturally Wayne's World for the game?
I'm gonna be honest.
'Cause that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, bro, like Wayne, what?
The Wayne's World. I've seen Wayne's World. Mike Myers, he a funny ass comedian to me,
Okay.
but I ain't really like Wayne's World, the movie like that. Like it was straight, but it wasn't all
funny.
that to me. But why I named it Wayne's World is because I used to work with this guy. He's a rapper too. And he always used to crack this joke. Like, he said, when you go to your shows, all the girls be like, we want Wayne's World. We want Wayne's World. He did it in this little funny-ass voice, and that shit just so funny. And he still rapping now, and that nigga go hard. Like, motherfuckers be sleeping on him, but bro go hard. Like,
You wanna shout him out?
promotion-wise, Prime Time. His,
Oh,
Jazz and Jones from Rock Hill. Like, that nigga is funny as hell.
Shout
bro.
out to Big Prime.
That nigga
man.
work hard. I'm talking about from the shirts to the CDs. Like, he really on that. Like, I respect that nigga. Like, I tell him that every time I see him. Like, I respect it. Like,
He really do. First time I ever met Prom, Cherry Road gas station.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it frank. Bro walked up on me, and you know what I'm saying. You late night Rock Hill. Somebody might ask. For
damn,
something.
they're ready to beat your ass if you don't take the CD.
You know what I'm saying? Bro was like, look,
look-
bro, I know who you is. Don't worry about who I am. Just take this right here. Listen to it. Check it out. I'm
For
gonna holler
sure,
at you.
I got every CD that nigga ever made, bro.
I fool with it, but it's that type of work ethic, man.
Yeah,
that
like
can
motherfuckers
inspire
might
you.
try to, clown bro or whatever, but that nigga own it. Like he doing what a lot of niggas won't do. Like they scared to. They got too much pride to. My man's really, putting it all out there, and he consistent with his videos and music, everything. Like he don't stop.
And
I
when it
respect
pay off
that.
for him, they're gonna be like, how? He wasn't putting in that work like
For sure,
bro
like
was.
if I go
People
first,
gonna know why.
if I blow first, I'm definitely coming to goddamn put some light on bro. Like niggas need to see because everybody got a fan base, but that nigga's work ethic is ridiculous.
It's
like,
different. It's different.
Hell yeah.
Wayne Ross in the building with us. Wayne, even with you mentioning that, man, it's like, I've reached out to work with different artists, and even what led up to this, like, you wasn't afraid to put that light on other people.
Yeah.
I know you've come from a group with the NBA. We talked about that before, but is that just Wayne Ross just not, that ego not getting in the way of what it really is? Because like I said, you've been in the group and you've understood part of a team. But even with you getting on my platform and saying, "Yo, this is who you need to interview. This is who you need to talk to. This is he hard." When you in the same category in terms of what you do, maybe not level in certain terms, but how is that? Is that just you? Like I said, or
Yeah, that's just me. Like I'm the type of person I am. Like it's a lot of guys from my city that are talented as fuck. Some of them is they're not popping because they don't put in the work. Some of them are just not popping because niggas is like on some. I can cuss, right?
yeah, do you think?
Niggas be on some dick riding shit, like on some popularity contest shit. Like matter of fact, that like that's what formed a lot of my songs. Like if you listen, like I sound angry as fuck on most of them shits because I'm mad as fuck because y'all listen to all these cap ass, lame ass niggas, and when it's real niggas really spitting that shit. Like I had to tell someone the other day, like they was like, "Oh, you really about that? What you be rapping about?" I say, "Yeah, I wouldn't be this type of city I'm from. Like they won't let you slide with that. If you ain't with that, they're gonna be all kind of sneak this and all kind of comments made and shit like that. Nobody ever played like." Probably like two niggas, and I done caught up to them niggas want to apologize and shit. Like, I'm not for the whole shit.
Is always gonna
You know what I'm
happen.
saying? Oh, I ain't mean it like that. I was just playing. Like, it'll be niggas who ask for features and shit, and then I don't respond in time, or they find out I done talked to their girl or something. Now I'm sug, I'm cap. You know what I'm saying? All this bullshit.
Knowing they was just bumping your shit.
Knowing-
the
you know
week
what I'm saying?
prior.
Dead ass. I done seen that shit.
It's
Niggas-
crazy how it be though, man. It sometimes it be your own. You want that love from your city, and you want it to be reciprocated, and you want to give it back. But sometimes it's like, even like with the baby situation and getting arrested in Charlotte.
Yeah, that's
In
whole
reality,
shit.
he wasn't even supposed to be here that week. He wasn't even supposed to be here last
Yeah,
week.
but he made time to make up what he did. Like,
yeah.
The police be like that in Rock Hill too. Like I'm pretty sure you
God.
talk to Hoot G, he'll tell you like them folks was on their ass. Like when they first started, like probably still
Yeah.
now. You couldn't go nowhere with them 715 shirts. Niggas is on your ass. Like, oh no, you gotta turn it inside out. They couldn't even go to their shows with them shirts. Like how bad the police was tripping. Like
You right, and it's people like you that I was telling Hoop, like, you might not realize that it's a lot of you are a pioneer in what you've done, because a lot of that was like 2010, 2011 type stuff,
and it was.
It's not the same no more. Like they had to go through that, and people had to realize, oh damn, we really can't be
Yeah,
gang. We gotta be fam because gang ain't gonna work. But it's because what's happening to
yeah,
these
you
guys.
know what I'm saying?
You know?
Like I know a couple of them guys personally. Like Mike Dooley, that's like my first cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know them guys. They not capping with their raps and shit
Right.
like that. Them niggas real deal. Like a little bit extra. Like I ain't gonna lie, them boys extras here. Like when
Yeah.
I see them coming, I be thinking like, who ass finna get beat now? Like who finna get the business? But motherfuckers like the police, they be on it. Like when I went to jail like twice in Rock Hill, the first thing they say, "Oh, you Wayne Ross, right? Oh, you the one with the video, or you the one who make beats and shit like that." I'm just like, man, what the fuck?
How
Why are
y'all
we talking
watching
about
me
this?
more than the media? Y'all know more about me than goddamn.
Yeah, like how y'all know y'all old ass? How y'all know about this shit? Like,
Right. That lets you know though it's about how you move though. You know, you want to be able to stand on what you say, but you do realize, you know, it's certain. That's why you gotta have vocabulary.
Yeah,
you know?
and like about my shit, like the situation I talk about and shit, like I won't never, like niggas be like, oh, say nigga name, I can't, because sometimes I mix it in, like sometimes it be situations I've heard about or situations that I've seen and shit like that, like you could put a name to it because this type of shit happens every day, like it's always some nigga capping, like it's always. You can relate to it. You always fucking a nigga bitch. They mad like shit like that. Like I ain't gotta say no names. Like you just can put it to whoever you want to put it to. Like you know what I'm saying?
It applies at the correct time and that applies at the correct person. You know, and
Yeah.
I hear that in your music a lot. I mean, you and like you said, you have a way to go around. You know, niggas that end up like Emmett.
Yeah, like
You gotta say we know. I caught that reference.
yeah,
straight
like
up,
the
you
bar
know?
was niggas hard till they end up like Emmett.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Shit.
You gotta listen. Though. You gotta catch it.
Yeah.
Or you just gonna end up. You gonna have to do your research.
Yeah,
do
like
do a history
I
lesson.
throw shit in there for like the homies who like bars and shit. Like I got homies who listen to J. Cole and shit. They listen to the ignorant shit too, but that J. Cole and shit like that. Like one of the homies, he was like, bruh, hard till they end up like Emmett. What the fuck?
Right.
Like who said? Like I try to say, I'm trying to be. I wouldn't say I'm trying to be New Lil Wayne, but like I'm on some shit. Like I want to be done said everything that nobody's ever said before. Like
And that's what Wayne.
yeah, that's what Wayne did.
continued
Like
to do. It was
to this day. Like
why did nobody ever say,
you know what I'm saying?
you know, box and tape and wrap it up together? You know what I'm saying? Something simple. You know,
Yeah.
but nobody would ever. You know, I like that about you. I have noticed that even with your song titles, like the Uncle Sam freestyle.
Yeah.
You know, that's big old what is it?
Big old Ross part
Big
two.
old Ross part 2.
Yeah, that came from a freestyle I did. Like I went in that bitch. This when I first started fucking with Nation them, like a long time ago, 2015. I did a freestyle to that Lil Durk B.O.N. It was Big Old Ross instead of B.O.N. It was Big Old Ross. So
Right,
I freestyled on that shit. I was just talking shit, like just talking. And then I did that Big Old Ross. I was like, damn, what I'm gonna name this shit? I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna name it Big Old Ross Part 2 because I'm talking that shit again.
You double back on him.
Hell
Still
yeah.
talking that shit. Wayne, I know a lot of you know, artists really can be out here and can be visible. How do you try to keep yourself working and active out here in the streets in terms of just presence? Like what's your strategy in terms of making sure when your music drops it gets received correctly, or even when you're not dropping music you're still active out here?
As well, like I make sure I try not to go too long without dropping something like a video or some kind of content and shit. I'm trying to get better at that. And like my presence as far as like in the street, like I need to, but I don't pass out no flyers or nothing. It's just me. Like I'm just a vibe out here. Like motherfuckers see me and get excited. Like a lot done changed since I stopped being scary and just started dropping my music. A lot of people be seeing me. Like I'm saying every time I go somewhere, I run into a new fan, like somebody who fuck with my shit. Like I had a show in Blackstock on Christmas, and I ran into like 4 different people I never met in my life, but they came to see me. Like one of them came from Irmo, another little kid from my city came, and like 2 other motherfuckers from Chester and shit. Like I've never met myself, but they like I
knew.
fuck with your music. I know your music. Like
I'm telling you, man, it's that impact that you'll have when your music can reach outside of your city that you start to realize what you're doing kind of matters and it makes a difference.
And then I started dressing better too. Like I'm fly as hell.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Fly
Why you
as
changed it?
hell.
I mean, was that like something within yourself? Like in 2019,
It's just
have you seen was there a change in Wayne Ross? You know, or was it just something?
2018 when I started, I used to wear baggy ass pants that were not my size, so I found my pant size at the end of 2018.
Okay.
Then like I had this female friend who used to like go to the mall with me and pick out my clothes and my baby mama shit. Like, and I started putting that shit together myself, and now it's just like I'm a whole goddamn, you feel me, swagologist out here. Like, they be mad, they be like, I started this, I started.
They be trying to take the credit.
I be like, okay, you started, but look at me now, like I'm swaggy as fuck. Like,
Right. You shook the bottle up, but I poked the hole in it, so now
and then
the drip.
yeah, and then my
That's the drip.
yeah, then my confidence like it's went like I just had to tell myself like you that nigga, like you're different. Like I've always noticed that I stand out. Like when I go places, like it's always signs like motherfucker. I'm walking into my regular day job, like dirty ass clothes, going to go to work. Nigga looked at me and said, "Yeah, you look like a famous person walking here. You like you're not supposed to be here." I'm like, "Word, that's crazy."
It's a persona, man. It's a vibe. Like you said, it's people can feel it.
Yeah.
When somebody walk in this room and I know like they ain't really too confident in what they doing, like I feel it. Because it's the ones that do and stand on it and can rock with it. There's no wavering on it, and that's because they put in the work or they know that their work ethic is gonna take them where they need to go. What would you tell an artist to stand on, Wayne? Like, do you have to be a great rapper, or is it work? You know, like what do you pride yourself on? Because I know you can rap.
I pride myself on being a great rapper, and I keep that shit real. Like I don't like fuck with that fake shit. Like I don't do no song. Like me and my friend argue about this all the time. He's like, "Oh, you can't bring the streets into music," and like. Cause I was like telling him I'd never do a song with them niggas we used to beef with. Like ain't none of that. Like I never do that shit. But he's like, you don't know. You might have to take their fans, and they might need your fans. Like y'all could put that aside. And I'm just like, I don't know. I really want to beat them niggas up. But and then he's like, as far as like, I was like, I don't want to do no song with no snitches and no shit like that. He's like, you can't be doing that because you don't know who your fans are, this, that, and third, and this music shit is different from the streets. Like, nobody gives a fuck if you snitched or whatever. But I do. Like, I just can't rock with that shit because a snitch took my daddy away from me at 14. Like, I won't see a nigga again until I'm 50 myself, you know?
Right.
So it's just personal with me. Like, I ain't out here picking on motherfuckers for snitching and shit like that, but I really do not respect that shit at all. I don't give a fuck what what it was. Like, we used to have, it was a member of NBA and shit. I ain't gonna say his name, but he came, then one of the homies called from jail and was like, bro, I'm looking at this paperwork right now. My man snitched, bro. So I'm looking like, what? So I asked him. He lied to me. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I knew his reaction was off, so I was just like, fuck it. I'm just not going to do no songs with bro for right now. I'm going to figure this shit out. Right. The nigga with the paperwork got out, showed us the paperwork. I was like, boy, you crazy as hell. Nigga called me, man, like, I don't know what to do. Like, my son, I just had my son. I don't know. I ain't know what to do. I was like, bro, but you know the rules in this shit. Like,
before you got into it,
you knew what you was dealing with. Like, and then the nigga you told on was trying to help you. Like, you really just fuck niggas over, like, for no reason.
It's more just the honor code, right? It's more just, you know, I think once you jump into something and you, like you said, if you know the circumstances and you know what the consequences are, then you have to be willing to take those. And like I ask you, 6ix9ine, what are your, you know, do you think
I can't respect it at all? I don't give a fuck what them boys did to him.
Civilian, you know, a kid that, you know, do you believe? Because I believe he was
lying.
A kid.
I believe that nigga is lying like fuck. I believe because he from Brooklyn. Like they already said that the nigga from Brooklyn shit. He knew most of them niggas before he even started rapping and shit like that. Like he knew what they was doing and shit. Because them niggas done even slipped up and said in interviews that they knew that nigga Daniel before he.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they put that nigga down for real, like he was official blood. But the only thing was this nigga goddamn snitch, like. And his excuse is, oh, they was fucking my girl and they was stealing money from me and da da da.
Doing that every day, B.
And you gave up all that information. I think the reason he did it is because he's like, okay, when I get out, I just signed a $10 million deal. I never have to see these niggas again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, niggas gonna boo me and niggas gonna do that, but these white people that I already got as my fans, they ready. They don't give a fuck what I did. They ready to hear this shit again.
What do you think is gonna happen to him now, though, since he still has to go back and...
He only got to do 9 months. He already been in there for 13.
So you saying, and not to even to say this, but if he was he's in a safe place because within that time what he's been in already.
Yeah, they had him in a safe place the whole time. They're not gonna, cause they might have to get some more information from him, so they're not gonna let nothing happen to him. Like he in the pod with straight snitches. Like everybody in there's a snitch, so can't nobody judge nobody. They can't do nothing to him.
I was gonna say because essentially, you know, I'm like, well, you did all this time. If you're not coming home, then you essentially doubled up on your consequences.
Yeah,
but
like,
I guess if you're
the
in a
other
place
niggas
where
that snitched,
okay,
they getting their ass. Like I seen a video of one of them niggas getting their ass beat the other day. Like it was some. He ain't the only one told. It was a couple other niggas
Right,
who was trying
right.
to take up for him and snitching and shit too. They beat their ass in jail. Like whooped them.
we ain't gotta worry about none of that over this way.
Hell
right?
no, cause I
Wayne
ain't,
Ross said he's standing on everything he doing,
for
taking
sure,
it like a man.
For sure, I ain't. You feel me? I ain't looking. Cause I done been in jail before and shit like that. But I got 5 kids. Like I can't take no breaks out here. Like
I was just gonna say,
I
bro.
gotta take care of them before anything. So like the shit I used to do, I gotta be smarter about it. I can't like y'all gonna see my videos and shit with these guns and shit. Like trust and believe, all these shits in my name. I'm not no felon. Like I done caught felony charges and beat them, but I'm not no felon at all.
Good.
I'm straight.
The one thing I was gonna say, and we live here with Wayne Ross on this, that, and the third interview series. I commend you how you are with your kids, man. I don't know, I only know to an extent, but I do know, you got a basketball squad. You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
5.
And is it what, 4 girls and a boy? Or
Yeah, 4 girls and 1 boy.
how is that karma? Is that
I don't know, but
is that Wayne Ross
they
karma?
act just like me. They so silly, it makes no sense. Like even my 1-year-old, like today, before I took her home, I put her in the bed so she could take a nap because she was all whiny and shit. When I put her in the bed to take a nap, I was like, all right, lay down, take a nap. She was like, oh my God.
Women, you gonna have women nagging you for the next. If you ain't have them before nagging you, Wayne, now you for sure gonna have at least 4 for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but I'm with it though.
You with?
Yeah, like me and my oldest daughter, she 8. We talk every day on the phone. Like she FaceTime me. I be at work about to get caught on the phone talking to her.
Do they listen to your music? I know it's
Yeah, they like my music video. My son is in. He's in one of my homeboy videos. Like when it first come on, he talked a little bit, and then he's in my video dancing around and stuff.
You think they aspire to be?
Yeah, I know my
Rap. Your son,
he
for
done
sure.
told me he wanted to be a rapper. Like we was somewhere one day. He picked up a mic and was just rap. I put the video on Facebook. Like
It's on the way.
this nigga was rapping like hell, and then he's been in the studio with me. Like I done did a feature for somebody holding, like when he was real little, like holding him in my hand, like freestyling. And I killed that shit like 15 minutes.
That's moments that like because when the moment does happen for you and you can take off with all this, like those are things that they gonna tell their friends. Like I have a friend in the industry who her father was a very big musician, and she has a music credits because her dad let her go in there and say 2 words on it. But in reality, that's like it's set up for the rest of her life if she want it. You know.
My son, he been in the studio with me a good a bunch of times. Like one time I was doing a feature for another artist. He underrated as fuck, but his name is Reddy.
Oh yeah.
Fraser Pratt. Like this nigga gas. Like I got some shit on my phone right now. I can't play it for you because he ain't dropped it yet.
He ain't dropped it. You can
this
play it
nigga
for
gas.
me, man. We can play it for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right, we can do it like that. But that nigga gas, like I was doing a feature for him, so I got my son in the booth and I'm rapping like hell, and I get done and I hear some shit like, what the fuck? I look down, he going in like, I like, what the fuck?
Doing it. He done wrote a verse. Let me get him.
Yeah, like he always be trying to rap and shit and playing with me. Like that nigga just like me. It's crazy.
It's good to know that you can go back, to them. I'm sure to get your peace and joy.
Oh yeah, like when I'm pissed off or feeling some type of way, they just make it all go away. Like, I don't care how broke I am, whatever. I get all my kids together, I'm good.
I can see. I see it when you do though. It look like you. I would be like, bro, 5 at once, no. But it's like you embracing and you.
Yeah, cause I got used to it. Like I had 2 5-year. I got 2 5-year-olds and 2 1-year-olds. This is my first time having 2 kids at the same time. They was like babies, like a couple months old. Like I had both of them at the same time, like young as hell.
But
and
to have them
one
all.
of them sleep, one of them up crying. Like I gotta do, one of them boo booing, the other one chilling. Like it was hell, but I got
balance.
used to it. So now I just get all of them. And my oldest, she helped me a lot. Like she, I have to make them walk in the line and shit when we go somewhere. Like,
She got to lead the way.
Like when I go somewhere in public, I be